Hey, happy travelers! We are coming to you with another video today because we are getting ready to sail on our very first ever MSC cruise. So we thought we would go ahead and show you what it's like when you do their online check-in. Now for the purposes of this video, I'm actually going to be using the MSC mobile app to complete the check-in. So I'll be showing you what that looks like, all of the steps you need to complete, and what kind of information you need to put in so that you can check in for your MSC cruise. So let's go ahead and get it started. All right, so we open up the MSC For Me app. Takes a second to get loaded here. All right, now we open it up. We see we have our itinerary at the top, and we're gonna click down at the bottom where it says check in now. And that's going to bring up the sailing information. You can see it there, the ship, we're on the Seashore, sailing date, booking number, all that, and then you choose which person you wanna check in for. Now these are the three main sections we're gonna be doing. So we'll start with personal information. So now you have to select what kind of document you're going to use for the check-in. You can use a passport, or will you have like a government ID and birth certificate, that kind of thing. We have passports, so we're going to select that. And then you can insert the information manually, or you can scan the document to retrieve the information. Now, what I'm going to show you here is when I actually tried to scan the passport. First of all, it's going to ask you for access to the camera, of course, so that it can scan. But when I actually tried to scan the passport, it didn't work. And I tried it a bunch of different ways. I tried turning it sideways. That immediately didn't work. I tried scanning, you know, when you open the passport, you have the page that has your information. Then you have the page that has like your signature and it has the bald eagle and the American flag on it for an American passport. I tried scanning both of those pages. It just wouldn't pick anything up. I tried scanning the one page by itself by folding the book over to where it was just that personal information, and nothing would work. I could not get it to scan. I don't know if I was doing something wrong or if it was just having a bad day, or maybe it's not the best technology in the world. I've used similar technology when we've checked in, for example, for Royal Caribbean cruises using their mobile app. We can scan with the passport and it picks it up instantly. However, for whatever reason, the MSC app just would not scan that passport information in. So I ended up having to put it in manually. So we'll take a look at that. So I go back to the page here where you select the document type, click on it again for passport. This time I click input information manually. Scroll down. It already is going to have some information in there, like your name and date of birth, because that is on the reservation. So it pulls that in. You just have to put in the other information, your nationality, language, your place of birth, things like that. All of the things that you will find on your passport number, the expiration date, the date of issue, all of those things. We're not going to show that because obviously that is sensitive information, but just know that's what you're going to be putting in. The same stuff that is printed on your actual passport book. Of course, if you're using birth certificate, you'll be putting in a little bit of different information, and it will ask you that for the respective items that it needs. Once you have the passport information in, you can actually proceed with your contact information as well as your emergency contact information. So email and cell phone number for you, which again probably is already pulled in from the booking, and then your emergency contact's name and phone number as well. Once you have that complete, you can put in the rest of your information, including your full address. So your address, postcode, town, and country of residence. Check that you've read the privacy policy. And then if you want, you can choose to subscribe to advertisement emails and things of that nature. Once your address is in full, it will ask you if you have a travel with preference. So if there are multiple reservations that you're traveling with, you can put their information in now, the booking number and the cabin number that they are staying in, to have those linked up. Now, actually the problem that we ran into, we are traveling with someone else, and originally the cabin number was a guarantee. It was assigned a cabin number. So when I tried to do it with just the booking number, it wouldn't come up. It wouldn't do anything. You have to put in that cabin number. So I don't know if you are able to link bookings if the cabin number has not been assigned on a guarantee booking where MSC will assign the stateroom number to you, because it did seem to require that. So maybe by the time you're doing the check-in, they probably already have assigned it, and then you'll be able to put that in. Just know that you're going to need both of those items, the booking number and the cabin number, if you want those two reservations linked for things like travel with plans, dining reservations, stuff like that. If you want to sit together in the main dining room, you can link those together. Next thing is you're going to choose your bed arrangement. Do you want the double bed or you want twin beds? So basically you can split them into two twins, or you can put them together into a double, which is kind of funny. Most other cruise lines call it a queen or even a king, like a royal king, but they just say double or twins, so choose that. And now you see we have the check mark next to personal information. So we've completed that section. Now we have the security photo. So this actually worked well. I was very pleased with it. You can see the camera comes right up there, put your face in it. It has selfie mode. You can flip it around if you want to take a picture of someone else. Just took a quick pic there. Make sure you have no glasses, sunglasses, hats, headbands. Someone might have those on. You don't want those in on the photo. Just want it to be your face and your head and your hair. Just for security purposes, they're going to be pulling this photo up when you scan on and off of the ship. So they want to be able to validate that's you. And there we go. There's a check for security picture. So now the last part is the credit card on file. If you want to put a credit card on file for your onboard account, so if you have any charging that you do during the sailing, it will get charged to that card. As you can see here, once you're associated with a credit card through this check-in process, you will not be able to remove it without contacting MSC. So be sure that you do it very, very carefully. You do have to accept and agree to this basically privacy policy and all this. And then I thought this was interesting. When you put the credit card in, it's in, I think, Italian. So anyway, you put your card information number in. You have to put the number, the expiration date, the security code, and the name on the card. Submit that, and then it links to your booking again. So you will have that on file for all of your shipboard charges to be charged to, and then you don't need to settle with guest services or anything like that. It all just gets taken care of and makes things a lot simpler. And also, fun note, we had American Express that we were using, and it used the Safe Key feature from American Express to verify that it was a legit purchase or a legit hold, I guess I should say. So that's a nice feature if you're using Amex. Boom, there we go. Credit card has been successfully registered. You are now the billing owner and the only guest able to see all transactions listed. But as you can see, I have all 3 checks there. So done with that. Now I can review and edit mine, or I can go into Chelsy's and do hers. It's all going to be the same stuff that we've been seeing. I could not get her passport to scan either, so I had to input all of that information in manually. I then took a photo for her security picture. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. And then I believe for the credit card, it gave me the option just to say like, yeah, she can use this card as well. I didn't have to put it all in again. So that was really nice. But of course you could, if you wanted to use separate cards, you would have that option. You could put both of them in there. So then you're done. You put all of those things in, you get all of the check marks. And here's what it looks like when you open up the app. You click this part on the profile tab on the far right there, and you can see you have the check-in information, all that kind of stuff. You can click check-in if you need to review and edit something. It'll give you those options there. Boom, there's the part that says e-ticket. You can click on that to pull up the documents. Boom, e-ticket will be sent to the email on file. Of course, that's my travel agency email. So if you're using an agent, it might send it to them. You might have the option to send it to yourself as well. And then boom, we got all the checks there, so everything is good to go. So done, we're all checked in, and we can be sure of that because we can go and check that email that they sent. And here's what that looks like. Your cruise ticket is here, and it kind of just gives some information. It does mention to verify the vaccination status of everyone in your party by logging on to your web check-in, but there was literally nowhere to do that or to put that in. I think because we are changing the protocols right now, they're not really doing that anymore. We'll probably have to show that at the terminal, so make sure you have your actual vaccination cards with you if you're required to be vaccinated. Then they're gonna give you some more information here in the email, how you can learn about being safe and healthy and some special offers. But then you can go down and open up the PDF, which is the cruise ticket, and that's going to have all of your basic information on there for the check-in process, or that's saying that it's done. It has your cabin number, your reservation number, the dates of sailing, all that stuff, and then it has the forms that you present at embarkation. So basically the things that they're going to scan that say, yes, this person is sailing, they have completed their check-in, and they're good to go. One thing important to note here is that they have the mandatory health questionnaire. So you do need to fill that out, I guess, and bring it with you, which is kind of funny. They usually just ask those things at the terminal, not actually have you fill out a form, but it's there all the same, so print that out. You can actually scroll down and also see anything you purchased. Like we had a Wi-Fi package there, you could see. It gives you some information about using the app, conduct on board, all that kind of general information stuff they have to put in a cruise contract, and they have to tell you about, like if they change the ports of call, they don't have to refund you, all that kind of stuff that no one really bothers to read. It's just a lot of blah, blah, blah information. But down at the bottom, there is something that is a little bit important, which are the luggage tags. So you'll see those at the very end of the PDF. You can print those luggage tags out, attach them to your luggage, so when you drop them off with the porters at the terminal, they'll know which room to deliver them to. Now, of course, if you aren't able to print these or you forget them or something like that, do not fret. They usually have handwritten tags that they can fill out at the terminal, attach those to the bags to make sure that they get sent to your stateroom. Now, one other thing I wanted to point out here, ever since COVID especially, we've been talking a lot about arrival times, right? When is my port arrival time? When can I get to the terminal? When can I board the cruise? kind of varies between cruise lines, but a lot of them have been doing those assigned arrival times. As you saw during our check-in process, we did not select one of those arrival times like we might have for Royal Caribbean or another cruise line. Instead, what MSC does is they will assign that time to you. So after I completed the check-in, after I got the email, then it said in there when our arrival time was. So they just assign it to you, they let you know when it is, and then that's when they ask that you show up. So we'll see how much longer we're actually dealing with arrival times, if that's something that sticks around, or if it's just temporary until we fully exit the COVID-19 world of cruising, as we are going through some changes right now with vaccines not being required as much, testing not being required as much. We'll see if they also adjust those port arrival times or if it's something that sticks. But yes, they just assign it to you, so you don't actually choose that. There was nowhere to upload vaccine information, negative COVID test, or anything like that. I'm thinking we're just going to be doing that once we arrive to the terminal. So again, make sure you have your actual vaccine cards with you. Make sure you have those negative COVID tests if they are required for your sailing. You'll want to have them with you. It's a good idea to print some of this stuff out just to have a hard copy, or if they need to make a note or anything like that. But typically digital is accepted if you just want to pull it up on your phone. My personal advice with that is to go ahead and take a screenshot of any kind of barcode or arrival or anything like that, because then you'll have it and you're not reliant on internet. Cell service can be dodgy if you're going inside of a terminal building. Wi-Fi may not be the best either, so you'll want to have those available via screenshot so you can just pull those up, show them to the attendants who are helping you there. Everything will be good to go. So there you have it. That is the check-in process, web check-in or app check-in process for MSC Cruises. We are getting ready to set sail on the MSC Seashore for a 7-night sailing. So if you're interested in seeing what MSC is all about, what one of their newer, larger ships is all about, and their private island as well, we will have all of that coming to you. So we're going to have daily vlogs for all 7 days, our room tour, a full tour of that island, and a full and complete ship tour. Of course, you will be expecting to see that. We always like to bring those to you. So stay tuned if you're interested in more content around MSC, specifically the MSC Seashore. That will be coming to you very, very soon. We want to thank you for joining us for today's video, but we're going to sign off for now. We'll see you next time. Happy travels!